Hello, let me ask you, how good are you at managing your money? Well, in this video, we are learning how to manage money using the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And it's the continuation. This is video number 39. Sounds interesting? Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step a Better You. If you are new, my name is Sherifa Nakalema. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And on this channel, I share business tips, YouTube tips, and even online tips through affiliate marketing, motivation, asking you to take a step to make your life better. And recently, I added books we are reviewing. And this video, I'm continuing lessons we learned from Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And this is video number 39. For those of you who have been here before, thank you so much. Remember, the request now, I appreciate you a lot. But I want to appreciate you even more by liking this video. Before we even continue, please like the video. We want to have 50 in the first 12 hours. The recent one didn't get it. Now I have a new video and we don't have 50 yet. At least I don't think so. We need 50 likes before a new video comes in. On this, for all of you actually, not just the new people, let me remind you of the schedule here. The schedule here is the daily schedule. 11 a.m. USA Eastern, books, and that's every day, except on Friday, it becomes a live. I'm live at the same time, 11 a.m. USA Eastern time on Friday. So when you're used to coming here for books, on Friday, you'll find that it's a live. The same time. Books are premiered, my videos are premiered. And then 11:30 a.m. just only on Thursdays and on Sundays. Thursdays, YouTube tips, business tips, and Sundays, I do motivation. That's for everyone. So the schedule, I put it up there, and hopefully it's clear. We've done the like, right? We finished the like. In this video, which is video number 39, I'm finishing lesson 5, which is the rich invent money. The one we've been doing, I'm finishing it today. That's my intention. I don't know how long this video is going to be. What I know is I'm finishing lesson 5. And always, before I continue, I'm assuming there are some new people on this video. So please bear with me if you've been here with me, because I have to say who Robert Kiyosaki is. Robert Kiyosaki, the one who wrote the book, is a self-made millionaire, entrepreneur, educator, investor. When you see me reading, it means I got it from the book earlier. And he had a mission to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, starting with one life and one person at a time. That's so beautiful, don't you think so? It's a beautiful mission. And we are helping him with that. Because the reason I'm sharing this is so you can take them out and make your life better, and then share with your children, share with everyone. See, it's working. Why is it called Rich Dad Poor Dad? Because he had 2 dads. The one he called the poor dad is actually his real father. And this wasn't, actually, he was a very intelligent man, very well educated, PhD, and he was pretending to have education. The sad thing, he died broke. He had a rich one that was actually not his real dad. It was his friend Mike's dad. And this one was also interesting. He left school, formal education, age 13, 8th grade, but he ended up being one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. That's why when we hear what he did, he told Robert, Robert is sharing, we listen. Okay, we ended 38. 38, by the way, at the end, I'm going to share how you can get this book free, audio for 1 month, and also how you get it to buy a physical copy if you want. And also I'll share how you get to all those videos that we finished up to 38. Remember, this is 39. I'm talking to the one who just came. I mean, this is the first video you found. I finished 38. So we ended 38. I took out some notes to make it faster because I think I don't know how it's going to be. So we ended 38. Just to remind you, Robert was emphasizing the importance of financial education, like he always does, because he said the smarter you are, the better chance you have of beating the odds. the smarter you are. So you better be prepared. That's how you know the deal. That's how you differentiate a good deal from a bad deal. Financial education. We call those deals he was sharing with us, the ones he did. So let's continue. Now I'm starting with 39, video 39 officially. And I'm going to read, like I said, I have to finish. Although I've found some areas that I'm going to skip to make sure we don't miss the message, but we can also we don't take too long. Okay, he says, as stated earlier, nothing I have written is a recommendation. That is some kind of disclaimer now. It is only used as an example of what is simple and possible. Yet, what is simple and possible? What I do is small potatoes in the grand scheme of things. Yet, for the average individual, passive income of more than $100,000 a year is nice and not hard to achieve, depending on the market or how smart you are. It could be done in 5 to 10 years. If you keep your living expenses modest, $100,000 coming in as an additional income is pleasant. Regardless of whether you work. You can work if you like or take time off if you choose and use the government tax system in your favor rather than against you. He's talking about if you took the lesson and were able to invest and have passive income, just income coming in up to $100,000 a year. Okay, that it could take you 5 to 10 years to put it together. Okay, my personal basis is real estate. I love real estate because it's stable and slow moving. I keep the base solid. The cash flow is fairly steady and if properly managed, has a good chance of increasing in value. The beauty of a solid base of real estate is that it allows me to take greater risks, as I do with speculative stocks. If I make great profits in the stock market, I pay my capital gains tax on the gain and then reinvest what's left in the real estate. Again, further securing my asset foundation. A last word on real estate. I have traveled all over the world and taught investing. In every city, I hear people say, you cannot buy real estate cheap. That is not my experience. Even in New York or Tokyo or just on the outskirts of the city, prime bargains are overlooked by most people. In Singapore, with their high real estate prices, there are still bargains to be found within a short driving distance. So whenever I hear someone say, you can't do that here, pointing at me, I remind them that maybe the real statement is, I don't know how to do that here yet. Great opportunities are not seen with your eyes. They are seen with your mind. Most people never get wealthy simply because they are not trained financially to recognize opportunities right in front of them. I'm often asked, how do I start? In the final chapter of this book, I offer 10 steps that I followed on the road to my financial freedom. But always remember to have fun. When you learn the rules and the vocabulary of investing and begin to build your asset column, I think you'll find that it's a fun game as you ever played. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn, but have fun. Most people never win because they are more afraid of losing. That's why I found school so silly. In school, we learn that mistakes are bad and we are punished for making them. Yet, if you look at the way humans are designed to learn, we learn by making mistakes. We learn to walk by falling down. If we never fell down, we would never walk. The same is true for learning to ride a bike. I still have scars on my knees, but today I can ride a bike without thinking. The same is true for getting rich. Unfortunately, the main reason most people are not rich is because they are terrified of losing. Winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. Failure is part of the process of success. People who avoid failure also avoid success. I look at money much like my game of tennis. I play hard, make mistakes, correct, make more mistakes, correct, and get better. If I lose the game, I reach across the net, shake my opponent's hand, smile, and say, see you next Saturday. Okay, now he says there are two kinds of investors. Now you see the kind you are or the kind you want to be. He said there are two kinds of investors. The first one, and the most common type, is a person who buys a packaged investment. And he gives an example like a shopper who goes to a computer store and buys a computer right off the shelf. You just go and buy a ready-made computer. By the way, there's some other notes he put there. I felt I could skip and still get the meaning. The first investor is the one who goes and buys a computer that's ready to go. The second type of investor is the one who creates the investment. And he says that's a kind let's see the kind. The second type of investor is more a professional investor. Sometimes, okay, the second type of investor, he creates the investments. The investor usually assembles a deal in the same way a person who buys components builds a computer. Sorry, I almost skipped that. So this one, the other one, the first one, just go buys a computer. The second one assembles a computer, buys parts and assembles a computer. So the second type of investor, who is the more professional investor, is the more professional investor. Sometimes it may take years for all the pieces to come together. And sometimes they never do. It's this second type of investor that my rich dad encouraged me to be. It is important to learn how to put the pieces together because that is where the huge wins reside and sometimes some huge losses if the tide goes against you. If you want to be the second type of investor, the one who puts pieces together, you need to develop three main skills. And that will be the end. Yeah. You need three main skills to be this professional investor. Number one, you need the skill. Or, he's saying, number one, find an opportunity that everyone else has missed. Find an opportunity that everyone else missed. You see with your mind what others miss with their eyes. That's the first one. Here, add more notes, but I'm skipping because I think that's clear enough. Again, the number one skill you need, find an opportunity that everyone else missed. You see with your mind what others miss with their eyes. Then the skill number two that you need, remember I said there are three, raise money. The average person only goes to the bank. This second type of investor needs to know how to raise capital, and there are many ways that don't require a bank. He has explanation there also, but I'm skipping. The third skill that you need is organize. You need to know how to organize smart people. If you remember, let me first read it, but I was about to add something. Organize smart people. Intelligent people are those who work with or hire a person who is more intelligent than they are. When you need advice, make sure you choose your advisor wisely. Remember, for those of you who watched us where we started, remember Robert and Mike used to sitting when Rich Dad was meeting all his lawyers and all these other people. So he was using the smart people to do whatever he did. He was smart enough to realize that he couldn't do it alone. So that's what he's saying. You have to learn to know how to organize smart people. But let me read this again. I mean the three skills you need. You need to know how to find an opportunity that everyone else missed. You need to know how to raise money. And he says it's not just a bank. Raise money from other sources. And then you need to know how to organize smart people. I think this is a big deal. They organize smart people because you can't know everything. You need those smart people in their areas so that you have advisors in all areas to help you as you put together your business. Okay, he says, this is the last paragraph, by the way. There is a lot to learn, but the rewards can be astronomical. If you do not want to learn those skills, then being a type 1 investor is highly recommended. It is what you know that is your greatest wealth. It is what you do not know that is your greatest risk. There is always risk, so learn to manage risk instead of avoiding it. There is always risk, so learn to manage risk instead of avoiding it. That's the end of lesson 5. The rich invent money, but he has 2 notes. Have notes? Let me see. Yes, he had 2 notes. Note 1. It is not gambling if you know what you are doing. It is gambling if you are just throwing money into a deal and praying. I think you found that in the previous video where he made that kind of statement. Again, it is not gambling if you know what you are doing. It is gambling if you are just throwing money into a deal and praying. Note number 2. Great opportunities are not seen with your eyes. They are seen with your mind. We covered that today. Okay, that's the end of lesson 5. Remember, the book has 6 lessons, so we have only 1 more lesson. And the name of the lesson is, lesson 6 is going to be Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money. Work to learn, don't work for money. But in the next video, which will be number 40, before I get to that, we have a few questions at the end of this chapter. I'll cover them in the next video. We'll start with the questions. You know how I tend to go back? We'll go back by going to the questions and then start the new lesson and then finish the book. By the way, I want to have some feedback from you, especially those who are not scared of being on camera. Even if you, by the way, you could try. This could be your first time. If you've been watching it, you could record something. What did you learn from this book? Remember all these videos, especially if you've watched all of them, what's the big thing you you got from this book? I'll be glad to know that will be the last video I'll record. When we will finish, I'll record a video that's going to be about all those videos I'll have collected. So please think about it. Think about giving feedback when you finish this, and I'll give you a way how I'll be collecting those videos. Then we'll put together one video that everyone who will be watching, that will be the ending video, so they see how people benefited from this book. For those of you who want to know how to get it, I have a link. I have links, the same link at the end of this video, also in the description box, and also in the pinned comment. I put a comment on top, and it has a link that takes you through my website. You know, I'm an Amazon associate, so links go through my website, and you can go. When you get there, you see Audible, and it's called Audible and Podcast Unlimited. You click on that, then you go create an account. Make sure you are creating an account that's a next level. It's called Audio Premium Plus. That's where you'll find this book. With that, you get it for free for 1 month just to listen. But if you want to buy a physical book, on the same link, the one I have in my link comment, you click, go to my website. Even if you went to this, by the way, on a sold.com and went to Amazon deals, that's where everything is. But I made it a link to take you straight to that page to make it easier. But if you go to my website, you still see where the Amazon page. Amazon. In fact, if you want to shop, regular shopping, if you want to support me, use my channel. Use my website, because I would benefit if you did that. If you did your regular shopping through my website. And I don't know. I don't think we need. Let's show the schedule one more time. But in future, I'll stop showing it at the end. We show the schedule of this channel one more time. I want everyone, especially the ones who are regulars, to remember this channel. Times 11 a.m. USA Eastern Time. It's very important, please. I have premieres, and then on Thursdays and Sundays, that's when I do another video, like 11:30. 11 and then 11:30. The most important video on this channel is on Sunday, which I call the motivation one, because that one is for everyone at 11:30 a.m. 11:30 a.m. USA Eastern Time. Please check to see the equivalent of your time. Please leave a comment. What do you think about what we are doing here? I said if I don't get those enough people, please respond to this. I don't think I'll have the energy to start a new book. I'll just stop on this one when we finish the. I need to see many more people on the premieres, and also many people liking and leaving comments, like to show that this is really creating some value somewhere. Okay, so please show that by inviting more people. Leave a comment. Like I always end them. Take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. Take a step to better you. Bye-bye.